Hey everyone, and welcome to another edition of Northern Consultations, the Rookie Edition. I am none other than your friendly neighborhood soda, joined once again by my good friend Dave Lees. How are you doing, my boy?
It feels good to be back on camera and talking to some incredible rookies. And I am very excited that we have one of the incoming Dragon Con players, someone who was on Frank Janish's Rookies to Watch list with us today.
Yes, his name is Zack Burkett. Zack, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, guys. Good to meet you, Dave and Soda.
Of
I'm
course.
glad to be here. This is exciting. This is going to be good. It's cool.
So, give us a little bit of background to yourself. Like, how did you get into the movie trivia Schmodown? Just a little bit like that. Like, introduce yourself to the audience.
Sure. Yeah. So I'm Zach. Hi. I am I'm a good real life friend of Alex Damon, who's the Star Wars trivia title holder right now. We're cool, we're good buds, and he kind of got me into the whole Schmodown thing. We met at Dragon Con, and I've actually beaten him in Star Wars trivia at Dragon Con, so I know
So you're one of those. You're one of them.
fact that I can beat the demon Damon. I've gone the distance. I've done it before. I could do it again. Hopefully. So yeah. So if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. So thank you, Alex.
Mhm.
But also, yeah. So I mean, I've been watching kind of his path, his trajectory in the Schmodown, for a couple of years now, and whenever he went on the Schmodown, I would always watch his matches, or I would watch all the Star Wars matches, and I would, I would play along at home by myself and keep score, and and I would always do pretty well. I would always do almost as well, if not just as well as Alex, and I would almost always beat whoever he was playing against. So I would think to myself, well, I could do this, man. Like, I got to get on this thing, and so. It's finally happening. My patience has paid off. Possibly, my time has come. We'll see if I get drafted, but here I am. Thank you, Alex. For bringing me into this world. This is all new to me, so it's kind of your first step into.
I'm gonna call it right now. You're getting drafted. You're getting drafted just based alone on the fact that you have beaten the demon.
I have.
You got that going through already.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I don't want to get too cocky.
No, of
course. In the words of Han Solo, great kid, don't get cocky. I'm trying to stay humble. But I know I can take him, and he knows I can take him. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, so how did you get into? What was the movie for you that when you watched was like, okay, this stuff is for me?
Okay.
I get a feeling it's Star Wars.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. What clued you in? What gave you that idea? No, yeah. So there's actually quite a bit of backstory, I guess. So I'll give you a little history, I guess, about myself. So for anyone watching or listening, I don't know if you've picked up on the fact that I stutter, right? So full disclaimer, you'll hear me stuttering, in these interviews and stuff. But I started stuttering actually when I was 4 or 5, when my parents divorced, and it was as a result of that kind of emotional, trauma at that young age, manifested in the stutter. And it was around that same time that my mom raised me. I spent most of my life, I grew up with my mom, but I would spend weekends with my dad, and my dad was kind of a casual Star Wars fan, and in 1999 he took me to see a film called The Phantom Menace
because he thought very well.
Yeah, he thought maybe I'll be into it, I might like it, and it was a time in my life when everything was kind of flipped upside down. It was a tumultuous kind of, everything was changing, and as a young kid, it's kind of hard to process, all these changes happening. So he took me to see Phantom Menace, and little did he know that it would change my life forever. So my dad was a fan of the original trilogy. Come to find out, not so much fan of the prequels, but
Yeah, it seems like that's a pattern. A lot of OG fans had a hard time with the prequels.
yeah. My dad included, but going to see Phantom Menace, thinking that it might be a cool, kind of bonding thing for us to do together, my parents, newly separated. So, and I just went crazy with it. I was instantly transported away into this, galaxy, and it was an escape for me from the reality and from, so like in a world where my whole life got turned sideways and everything was changing, Star Wars became kind of like my one constant, and it was the thing that I would escape to and return to get away from, kind of the craziness that was happening in my life in my life at the time. And honestly, now my dad probably regrets taking me, because
no kidding.
Over the years, it's cost him and my family and me. We've spent thousands of dollars on collectibles and birthdays and Christmases and all this action figures and stuff. But and as a 5-year-old kid, the pod races and Darth Maul and even Jar Jar Binks, I'll fully admit that Jar Jar Binks, I was a target demographic at the time.
Yeah, that's what let's say. You're 5 years old in 1999. You're a perfect age.
So so no shame. I will fully admit that Jar Jar Binks was part of what got me on board for Star Wars.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I was 12 when that came out, and I understand perfectly. Like I was on. I'm still not a massive Jar Jar hater.
Yeah, same. Well, I mean, so. Episode 1 will always hold a special place in my heart, and as a 5-year-old kid, he was kind of what helped bring me on board, to Star Wars. So, I gotta, give props to Jar Jar. But from that point on, Star Wars just became like my escape and my one constant thing that I could always come back to, this, fantasy world that I could escape.
It's a warm, comfy blanket.
Yeah, pretty much. And ever since, I just immersed myself, and I've been obsessed. And my dad probably is kicking himself now, like, damn, I shouldn't have taken that movie, because now my son is crazy.
Yeah, I know. My dad's definitely not in that boat, because I know with me, like, my love of my parents would put on a movie and stuff, but they're not like that. Like, they wouldn't say, hey, I love this as a kid, watch this, because my dad born in 1950, French Canadian lumberjack. Like, he's yeah. My dad likes his movies, but he's not obsessed like we are. So I mean, I had to do that on my own.
Yeah. So that was how I got into Star Wars, and ever since, it's just been a constant obsession for me, and I never grew out of it. I've only grown to love it more and more over the years.
Well, okay, let's go into another movie in the I see behind you. Like, we did talk briefly before we went on air about Terminator, but how did you see that one? Was that one like when you were later in life, or was it around the same age? Hopefully not around the same age.
Yeah. So I love Terminator. Yeah. So I saw T2 when I was pretty young. But I didn't watch T1 until middle school, high school. I was a little bit older, but T1 is in my top 10 favorite film. I love the first Terminator. So we were talking about this earlier. Terminator is my my all-time favorite cinematic love story. The romance between Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese is so beautiful and poetic, and it's the heart of the story. And the Terminator films aren't about Arnold; they're about their love, and how destiny and fate led them to conceive John Connor, and it's all because of their love for each other. And it's a beautiful love story, and I watch it on Valentine's Day. Honestly, like it is like it's that romantic and that poetic. It's just so beautiful.
He's basically the MacGuffin, and honestly, I've never heard it put that way until I talked to you about it. It's funny.
Yeah.
So what other movies are you like that invested in? Like, I mean, I see The Thing, which was filmed 4 hours away from my house. Well, from where I live.
Oh no way, that's so cool.
And I see you have the poster for my favorite Friday the 13th movie, Jason
Lives. Hell
my
yeah,
favorite one. Yeah,
nice.
And and that's Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Jedi. The
Revenge of the Jedi, right. Okay.
Previous.
I have that on a t-shirt, actually.
Nice. Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, so going into Dragon Con, how did you get involved in that?
Yeah, so I moved to Atlanta in 2017 from Maryland,
Okay.
and I've been here, 4 years or so now. And my first year here, heard about Dragon Con. I was like, okay, let me check this out. It sounds like fun. And I go, and there's a Star Wars trivia thing. Well, I mean, I'm the Star Wars guy. So all my life, I've been known. I'm like the Star Wars guy. Like in my high school, and all through college, high school, middle school, I was like that guy. I was like known for being the Star Wars guy.
Yeah,
so,
I'm the movie guy in my circle.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So much so I'm banned from Trivial Pursuit.
hell yeah, man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I've always been kind of one for trivia. I would spend my days kind of, when I was younger on funtrivia.com, Sporkle, doing just like random quizzes to just test my knowledge about movies and Star Wars and whatever. So I've always been like I've had the mindset for trivia. So in a way, I've been training my whole life for this without even really realizing it.
Nice.
But when I get the Dragon Con, I'm like, the Star Wars trivia thing, like I should let me give it a shot. So I took the qualifying test, which is this crazy 50 question multiple
An
choice
entrance exam. You had to take an entrance exam.
Yeah, it's like the Star Wars SAT basically, and it's like on a Scantron. You have to sit in a room with everybody else taking the test at the same time as you. It's dead silent. It's like a proctored exam. You're being monitored. There's no talking, no cell phones, no cheating, no nothing, right? So it's intense. It's serious, and it's 50 questions, and then top 10 high scorers from that then go on to the finals, which is the event that people can attend and watch. The top 10 finalists compete against one another to determine the victor. So my first year, I made the finals. I did pretty well, and I met Alex, I met Thomas Harper and Marie, and all the Dragon Con crew.
Yeah, we're going to be talking to Thomas next. Actually, he's our next.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, Thomas is great. Yeah, he's an awesome guy. Love Thomas. So I met Alex, everybody, at Dragon Con, and I did pretty well my first year. I didn't win. Thomas won that year, I believe. But then the next year was my year. Nice. I somehow squeaked, all my way down to the final two, and it came down to me and Alex.
Oh.
And I happened to catch him on something he didn't know, and I took the first place that year, 2018, and then the following year, 2019, Alex won.
Yeah,
and it was actually his first year winning.
Yeah, that's the myth, is that it took him a couple tries. Yeah.
Yeah. And then this past year was virtual, because of COVID. And then actually, Marie won last year.
Nice.
So all of us have won, various, our own respective years. But
so basically, what you're saying is Star Wars is going to be the division this year because of all the, all the talent coming in. Holy crap!
Definitely, yeah, dude. It's like, the Star Wars division is going to get like majorly shaken up this year. I'm projecting a disturbance in the Force.
I see what you did
for the Star Wars division. Yeah, for sure.
So what are your plans and goals with the Schmodown should you get, which I'm predicting you're going to get drafted? What are your goals in the Schmodown?
So my goals are just to kind of make a name for myself and just kind of, so I'm coming in as a relative unknown. I know the Dragon Con crew is kind of, there's been some buzz about us, but I'm coming in as relatively unproven, other than the fact that I've beaten Alex in Dragon Con. But no one in Schmodown really knows who I am. So my goals, I guess I would say, is to just kind of prove myself, make a name for myself, and just work my way up. So I view this as kind of in Rocky 2.
Yeah, you're talking my language.
Oh, dude,
Rocky's my favorite movie. Rocky's my favorite franchise. I mean,
yes,
die by Rocky.
Dude.
Rocky's my personal hero, and before I die, I'm running those goddamn steps.
Yeah, dude. Hey, yo, know what I mean? But
Yeah, yo, Adrian,
yo, Adrian, I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah, it's kind of like in Rocky 2, where I've gone the distance, with Alex. He holds the title, so he's Apollo. He's Apollo,
Yeah.
and I've beaten him before, but I kind of like. I want to prove now that I could do it again, and it wasn't a fluke the first time. How in Rocky 2, he fights Apollo for real,
Yeah.
and kind
Yeah,
of
real stakes. Yeah.
real stakes. So that's kind of where I'm at. So I'm kind of Rocky, and like Alex is like my Apollo. So if I could work my way up to the top and take
Yeah.
Alex on, and have that rematch and prove once and for all who deserves the title. I mean, that would be cool.
Man, you fucking got me sold right there, because I mean that is perfect analogy. I mean, I've never thought about it. He really is Apollo. He's like Muhammad Ali. He's Apollo. He's Apollo Creed. He is the guy that everyone's there to beat. And yeah, I mean that's a great metaphor. I never thought of that before.
Yeah.
Okay, so have you had a chance to talk to anybody outside of Alex involved with the Schmodown before? Like, I mean, I'm not talking like on camera like this. I'm talking like, has anybody reached out to you without giving names? I mean, has anybody tried to get the water to see what's up?
Nothing too major yet. I've got a one-on-one with a manager coming up on Saturday, but you kind of put that out there as an offer to all rookies. So it's like,
No, of course, yeah.
Nothing special, just kind of a meet and greet, kind of just getting to know you thing. Obviously, so I'm friends with Molly too. So I've been talking to her a lot, just getting advice from her and Alex, which I appreciate a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, how helpful have they been since you were pretty much announced that you're going in? How helpful have they been when it comes to what to expect and whatnot?
Extremely. I wouldn't be here without them. I appreciate all their guidance and all their, because I've asked them a ton of questions, and they're always there for me to answer questions and help explain things and give pointers and stuff. And I'm going on Molly's show, A Certain Point of View, this Saturday night.
Yeah, they got a great show. I'm not gonna lie, like all the after shows are good. All
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So okay. So have they, outside of Alex matches, I'm assuming, have there been any matches where you've been watching, trying to just get a feel of what the game is about?
Yeah. So I watched a handful of Inner Geekdom, which I could totally do. I'm a Marvel guy. I love Harry Potter. I've seen those films all countless times. I feel confident about those.
Have you seen any Kevin Smets matches? That's the curious one.
Sorry.
Have you seen any Kevin Smets matches? Because that guy is like what Alex is to Star Wars.
No, I haven't.
Definitely. Okay.
But I will now. I want to make a note to check this out. Kevin Smets.
Kevin Smets. What I'll do is off air, I'll give you some matches to check out.
Okay, good. Yeah, I appreciate that for sure. Yeah. So Inner Geekdom I could do. I need to brush up on my Lord of the Rings in DC, but yeah, that's fine. The only thing is, like, Star Trek is a bit like foreign territory to me, but because it kind of goes against my loyalty to Star Wars. But I'd make the exception for Schmodown. If it came down to it, I would study up on Star Trek. I'll watch the films. I'll do whatever I have to do. But yeah, I mean, MCU, Harry Potter, Star Wars, I feel I'm confident about those. I'm sorry, what was the question?
Oh, I was going to pretty much just have you seen any matches?
Oh, yeah. So I've watched, I actually saw, when they came to Atlanta last year.
Yeah, it feels like it was longer, doesn't it?
I know, it's so weird, so crazy. Yeah, so I went to the live match, and I saw Alex compete in the Inner Geekdom. In Atlanta. So that was cool. And actually I met Dan Merle and Mark Ellis at that, which was super cool. And so that was awesome. And like, I've watched a couple of kind of the teams matches and the singles and stuff. And so last night I was watching some stuff, just kind of brushing up, studying up on on the format and the point system, and who's who, trying to familiarize myself with kind of the names and faces of the competitors. And I was watching the teams match. It was the Witching Power versus the Founding Fathers.
Okay, yeah.
It was from Spectacular, and I had a perfect first round. And nobody else had a perfect first round in that game. So I was like, well, that's kind of okay. It's like I could do this.
Very nice.
So I've been watching a little bit, trying to brush up and kind of learn who's who and how everything works. It's still new to me, but I'm trying to immerse myself and pick up on as much as I can.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, you're stepping into a wonderful community that we may not know each other, but you know what? We've all got each other's backs. That's the thing.
Yeah, I've seen that firsthand already, and like this community seems awesome.
Yeah, I'm a sports fan and a wrestling fan and stuff, and I've never seen a community like this. Like, I mean, we have a few bad apples. That's the way it is. But for the most part, man, the way we rally behind each other is something special. Point improvement was that Smash-a-thon a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nice.
So we have these little things we're going to get you to do. One is I'm just going to drop out a little bit, but I want you just to cut a little bit of a promo just to try to sell yourself to the managers and to your opponents. And if you want to go after another fellow rookie or fellow competitor, the floor is yours. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, sure. So just go after anybody or any particular?
Well, you don't have to go after anybody if you don't want to. But if you want to cut a promo on a fellow competitor, that is fair game.
Okay, so I've okay.
So I'm just gonna I'll just drop out and I'll leave you hanging.
I guess I'll pick just kind of a random Star Wars contender just to kind of throw some shade at. No offense to anybody. I just I'm new and I'm not trying to make any enemies here, but I'll just pick somebody. Let's say Joseph Scrimshaw. Scrimshaw, I got a Star Wars trivia question for you. What do the Jedi Temple, the Lars Homestead, and Joseph Scrimshaw have in common? They all got burned to the ground. I'm going to drop a seismic charge on your ass, buddy. This will be a day long remembered. Yeah, that's what I got. That's it.
You know what? I like that. That is very straight and direct to the point.
Sorry, I apologize, Scrimshaw.
Hey, man, a bit of advice from a wrestling fan. If you're going to go for a promo, don't just go for it. There's no need to apologize for it. I mean, I'm taking it you're not a wrestling fan?
No.
Okay. Yeah, so just go for it. I mean, they know you're not really going after them per se. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So also we do have 2 questions that we ask every single guest that we have on. I don't know if you were prepped about these questions beforehand.
No.
Okay. So the first one is, yes, pretty much everybody is meeting you for the first time, but if you could tell the audience something about yourself that they would never in a million years think of. Without getting too personal.
that they would never guess about me?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty much an open book. I mean, it's pretty obvious kind of like where I'm coming from. So that's kind of a tough.
I'm going to give you an example. So when I interviewed Kevin Smets, and when he answered this question, he said, I love to do karaoke. My favorite song is from Phantom of the Opera. I was like, excuse me?
Huh.
Yeah.
I can independently move both my eyebrow muscles.
I'm with her. I'm trying not to laugh, but I'm with you there.
I don't know. That was just, I don't know, off the top of my head.
Hey, man, it works. It fits in the parameters of the question. And the second one, this one is a little bit tougher, but and I'll be honest, I've never heard the same answers twice. Okay, so imagine something were to happen tomorrow. Say the orange Muppet down south decides to in his final week go and eliminate all movies. He said, got 1 week to enjoy movies, and then after that is it. That is my final decree. What would be the 3 movies in that week that you would watch as a final farewell?
I mean, it would have to be New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. I mean, that's so hard because, I mean, so many films are so close to my heart, but
Yeah.
as you know, Star Wars is the most important thing to me. It would have to be the original trilogy. I mean, that's pretty much a no-brainer. And then it's not the most interesting answer, but that's
Okay, I'm gonna give
that would
you
be the truth.
I'm gonna give you a little bit of caveat here. I will say you can include all three of those as one choice.
Ooh, okay, yeah. So the original Star Wars trilogy, the Indiana Jones trilogy, not counting Crystal Skull, and
It's not that bad of a movie.
it's pretty bad.
CGI
Dude.
terrible.
It's pretty awful.
Look at it in the context of how the original ones were 1940s serials. If you look at it as the fourth one as a 1950s bad movie, it works.
Look at it that way. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'll take that. And then, oof, the third slot. Oh, gosh, it's gonna come. Oh gosh, I guess I would have to go with Jaws.
Oh, fucking A. Nice. I like that.
Although I would hate to sacrifice Jurassic Park and Back to the Future.
Yeah, see, that's pretty tough because Jurassic Park for me, I saw it when it was first in theaters as a young kid. So for you, Phantom Menace was me like a year older for Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah, man.
So that one, yeah,
I feel that.
I'm just gonna. You showed you your tattoo. I'm gonna show you mine. Just you're gonna dig this as an intergeekdom, dude.
The Deathly Hallows, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, snap! There's a lightsaber. There's snap! What else is there?
So you got the One Ring to rule them all.
Okay.
You got the Master Sword.
Oh, okay, nice.
You've got Loki's scepter.
Yo,
because I'm a sports fan and a hockey stick didn't quite work, I put a baseball bat because I love baseball.
Okay.
You got a lightsaber, and then you've got the 11th Doctor's screwdriver.
Yo, that is super cool. I love it, dude. Yeah, so I want to expand on my tattoo as well. I kind of want to add like other films and stuff to it.
What's the next film you get?
You
have to incorporate that Jason Lives poster somewhere on there because that is one of and Jason Takes Manhattan are two of the best posters I've ever seen.
Yeah, the Manhattan posters are pretty awesome. So horrible film, cool poster.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. Me and my friends did a riff tracks on that once. It's just
most of it was shot in Canada, right?
Vancouver, and it's weird because I lived in Vancouver for 6 years.
Not Manhattan.
Yeah, definitely. And you look at it and it's like, man, Vancouver looks way different.
Yeah.
So what would be your next tattoo to get on that sleeve?
Oh, so I'll probably add the T-Rex from the Jurassic Park logo, Darth Vader, Indy's fedora, and the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Very nice, very nice.
Kind of to do like a little collage, kind of thing.
That's the way to go, and I respect those picks very much. Okay, so we are coming up to the end of our time because we only have a half hour allotted for each of these.
Sure.
Disclosure, we're recording a lot of them at once. So Zach, thank you very much for being with me. Sorry, Dave had to jump off right away. There was some construction work going on outside of his house, unfortunately. So where could everybody find you?
Yeah, so I'm on Instagram at Jedi Master Misu. That's MISU. And that was my old dog's name. He was a Shih Tzu. He was the best. And if you want to check out some of my film and video work, I'm on Vimeo.com/Zack Burkett. There's like some short films and stuff on there that I directed and edited and written. That's pretty much all I got.
Okay, well, fair enough. Everybody definitely check that out. Look for Zack in the draft. I'm predicting it now. Because of your Dragon Con experience, you are definitely getting picked.
I hope so. I hope you're right.
Yeah, so definitely check Zack out. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us on this latest edition of Northern Consultations, the Rookie Draft. And we will definitely see you guys all later next time. So everybody, you have yourself a good evening, and don't forget to smash cancer.